Hey guys, you want to learn how to unfree stuck rings? You want to tell people the right way to get rid of these stuck rod ring or piston rings, Dan?
I don't know if this is wrong or not.
It gets them out, don't it?
Getting out.
That's the last piston in that engine. Finally got it out. Had to sacrifice my favorite rubber mallet so we could have a block of wood that would fit down in there and knock the piston out. Had to wedge it right there and beat it out violently. Isn't that right, Dad?
It's pretty violent.
It was pretty violent, but we didn't hurt it. At least we don't think so. So yeah, I've lost my little pink camera so far, and I've lost one of my favorite hammers. Oh well. All in the name of 241 Hemi, which isn't very cool when you got the 426 next to it, but there we go. Now we can start the fun part. Isn't that right, Dad?
Yeah.
The fun part.
Yeah.
Of course, when Dad gets done, he's going to take the ring groove, clean her up of her, and go through and clean up all the grooves. I'll let Dad do this. He's good at this part.
I don't even know where to gap that on this one.
It's right there. That's how stuck those rings are. You can barely tell where they're at. Anyways, guys, I'll head off. Hey guys, it's a brand new day, and we're going to continue working on the 241 Dodge Red Ram. Bam! I cleaned up the distributor the other day. I didn't worry about filming that. I just painted it and made it look pretty so that way it was done. But today we are going through all of our parts and seeing what we got and what we ain't got. And luckily, we have all 16 halves or 8 complete sections of rod bearing. I priced these. These are $230. So I started looking at them. There's no groove, no bad wear. So guess what? We're reusing those. And if the main bearings are in the same kind of shape, we're reusing those. Because if you buy those new, it's $230. Those are another about $230. That's $460 just in bearings, let alone your freaking piston rings and everything, which are another $200 roughly. And you know, it's more money than we paid for the engine. Well, there really ain't nothing wrong with those, and this engine has been apart recently, so I have reason to believe that those are new-ish, because these don't look like they're from '54, and if they are, then well, this engine has very low miles. In that case, we're going to reuse them. But I've inspected them all. They all look good. What we're doing is we're assembling all the pistons and rods and just getting it all together so that way we don't lose anything. Then we're going to check out our main bearings and then go through this pile and see what we got and what we ain't got. So far so good. We got just about all the internals. Haven't really found anything that we're missing. I need to get one of my other pistons out here. I'm going to compare just how small these pistons are in comparison to like a 322 nail head or one of the pistons in my Moto Guzzi's. This has got like a 3 7/16 inch bore, which is just tiny. Oh, check these out. I want to show you these. These are the rings we could save because we ended up breaking most of them off. So it's got a normal compression seal ring. But check out that oil ring. It's really cool looking. I tried to save some because they just look really neat. It's just got, I mean, I'm a muscle car guy, so maybe this is the way they did things, but it's got this piece here that goes on the inside of the piston, and then this clamps around it. I just think they're really neat looking. So there's our pile. So yeah, got all the rings, all the ring lands cleaned out, and we need to get new ones of those ordered because those are obviously garbage. But I guess I'm gonna set up the little camera and you guys can watch me sort through all this nasty. Enjoy. Alright guys, so you've seen me be cleaning some more. I've just been cleaning up the pistons. This one's one of the nastier ones, one of the ones that was frozen in place. See if we can get you one of the clean ones. Yeah, you see we still got some of the original coating on there. Just cleaned up anything that could have potentially kept it from sliding to the bore. That looks like it's messed up right there, but it's not. But yeah, all the pistons, you know, they're all free. They all move really loose, almost like a clacker. Got all the rod caps, all the bolts, all the bearings in there. All of them look good. Worked on the oil or the spark plug tubes, which are supposedly steel for these early Hemis, but they feel heavier than the 426. But regardless, I threw them on the buffing wheel. I threw a little bit of quick polish on them. What that'll do is also it'll protect it from rusting again, which they shouldn't because they'll be bathed in oil inside the valve cover. But also keep oil and everything from sticking to this. That way the oil can slide off and get where it's supposed to be. And there they are. All 8 of them in place. These ones stick up a little bit more for some reason. But yeah, that's what we've been doing today. Next thing will be actually pulling it all back apart so we can hone the cylinders, clean all the coolant passages, and do all that stuff. I got a water pump in the mail. At least a housing, and it's broke, of course, the way it was packed. On these early Hemis, they actually mounted the front of the engine, mounted to the water pump. There was a rubber pad here, and there was a big old U-shape deal that went to each side of the frame. But this one's got some pitting in it, but it was sandblasted. I bought this one off eBay. It was 40 bucks with $20 shipping, and it was the cleanest one, minus that issue. And my goal and hope was to take a regular big block Mopar water pump, which is about the same shape, and make it fit in here. Well, it's a lot bigger. In fact, let me grab one and show you. Alright, so I grabbed this. This is the cast iron one that was on the front of my Hemi for my 426 for just display purposes. But yeah, just the impellers alone are bigger than that hole. So short of cutting those down, but then the issue is the bolt pattern on this water pump is bigger than that one. So unless I can find an original and then modify it or get it rebuilt, I don't think I'm going to be able to use this. I was doing some research, and with the hot heads, small block Chevy, big block Chevy adapter kit, I'm afraid I won't be able to run this timing chain cover because it bumps out right there quite a bit. And from other research, if I want to change this to run that small block Chevy water pump, I have to change my camshaft because the 53, 54 engines have an extended snout camshaft. And I don't want to change the cam unless, you know, I'm going with a better cam. And as far as everything else goes, I don't want to spend a bunch of money on this engine. I don't care if it sounds farty and bad. I just want to have it running. And quite honestly, I like the way that original water pump looks on there. This thing is actually really small. Let me just show you. So here's my 426. Let me grab a hold of this with one hand. It's not much. The rag's in the way. Everything always gets in the way, but it really ain't much bigger than a stock water pump, minus the crossover. So yeah, if I can get me a water pump that'll work with this, it'll be going on my 241. So that's kind of what's been going on. I got to order a set of piston rings. I think the rod bearings are going to clean up real nice. Got to polish the crank, but the crank's in great shape. I can't believe how nice it is. I think this engine had recently been gone through before it was parked and then left to sit. But yeah, another thing, I was talking to a buddy, and I'll just run it by you guys. Building, you know, I'm obviously going to build some headers for it, and that'll be fun. But thinking about an intake, I really don't like the idea of a 2-barrel. It just don't look as cool. So if I ordered some intake flanges, there's a million combos I could do for carburetors. He said I should build some side draft Webers and build the intake, have the flange, and then have some 90s or 45s come out to here, and then have some side draft Webers and have all of this open. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then the other idea, you know, you could just build a flange and then have straight up and down vertical updraft carburetors, or downdraft, whatever that would be, Webers, and look like velocity stacks, or build a makeshift tunnel ram But the thing is, I wanted to keep it looking old school. I don't want it to look like some kind of weird fabbed in cake. Like Haggerty, they did that video where they rebuilt that 392, and that was a cool looking engine, but I hated the way the intake looked. It just didn't match the rest of the engine. But that's kind of what's been going on. It's hot here in Kansas. I'm sweating like a whore in church. It's not really much fun out here, but gonna keep cranking out video for you guys and trying to get this engine done as fast as possible, as we got a 505 cubic inch stroker coming home in the next couple of weeks. So I want to get as much done to this as possible before I start focusing on that engine. So anyways guys, I hope you've been enjoying the 241 build so far. And I know this will be episode 4, I believe. And I've been building this engine, doing parts, and then keeping the videos, trying to keep them below 20 minutes. That way they're interesting to watch and they're not just boring and put you to sleep. Because it's a lot of sped up footage in these videos. And let me walk outside where there might be a breeze. Nope, no breeze. It's hot today. Just straight up hot. We're going to walk over here in the shade by Dad's car. So yeah, I already forgot what I was saying. Oh well, it wasn't important. But we got shirts coming, guys. Don't worry about it. We got everything from smalls to 3X. Since there was such a demand for mainly 3Xs, including some buddies here who are local, I ordered some 3X shirts from Custom Ink, who are doing all my shirts. In fact, they called me today and let me know how much they liked the design. Actually, it was kind of cool. And tell me a few things that were going to be wrong. So they went ahead and fixed them with my okay. And I was like, cool, I appreciate it, guys. That was awesome. So yeah, that's what's been going on. And of course, Dad's been working on his car. I just haven't been filming him as he does things like brakes and stuff, and all that little stuff, electronics. But there'll be a video out on Dad's car here pretty soon. And I've already been rambling for 7 minutes. Holy crap, I'm sorry. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Alright guys, I've decided we're not ending this video just yet because it's not long enough. There ain't enough good content in this video. So what we're going to go ahead and throw into this is I'm going to clean these bores up with our cylinder hone. Like this one, it's pretty rough. Well, it's not rough, it just got some rust ridges. We're going to get all these cleaned up. We're going to run the brushes through all the ports to get everything super spick and span clean. Probably got to clean up the heads too with the brushes and everything, and just get everything ready. I did find my other main bearing that was missing. It's in great shape, so we're reusing the main bearings. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, we're doing it. So when this engine blows up, when I get it built and we're running it, you guys can laugh at me. And I fully acknowledge that. Go ahead, laugh at me, tell me I'm a dumbass, because that's the dumbest thing I've ever thought about doing, but we're going to do it. So yeah, I hope you enjoy as we clean this baby up. Wonka, look at all that. Looks like Dadgum Chocolate River coming out of that engine block. Woo-wee! Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. That is a lot of dirty, mucky, nasty inside that block. Oh yeah, it's finally coming out clear. Oh, if I move the hose over to one of these ports, it'll probably start dumping out nasty again, but I felt like Willy Wonka when that was coming out. Damn. Well guys, that's like a little bit of the nasty that came out of that block. It's mostly dried up now, but man, there was a lot of nasty inside these water jackets. I tell you what, a lot of nasty stuff. There's still stuff in there, but I got as much of it out there as I can. It's a whole hell of a lot cleaner. But look at them bores. Yeah, we got this little bit of a lip here. They look a hell of a lot better than they did. You know, like I said, it's gonna be just a cheap rebuild. It'll run fine. But the issue is this cylinder looks rough, but it's fine. There ain't nothing wrong there. But they all cleaned up really beautifully. Got them cleaned up, cleaned out the head ports and everything. So, yeah. Oop, phone case. Valves all look good. Some got a little bit of nasty on them, like that one. It's got a little bit of pitting, but it's fine. It ain't like it's gonna break open. It's a 241. It's not like we're building a 426. Yeah, all we got left to do. Oh, look at that. I missed that one. Got to clean that port. But yeah. There you guys go. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I just wanted to add on some extra footage, some extra content, because I felt like I was a little bit shy. I was scared to film too much with the water, with the camera, because I didn't want to lose another camera. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I mean, I didn't explain a whole lot, but you know, as far as cylinder honing goes, little lubricant, run that up and down the cylinders a couple of times, and all that jazz. You don't want to get crazy, because you can actually bore the engine with one of those. I mean, a little bit of honing never hurt anything. So there's that, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.